President Biden facing dissent from more than 400 of his own employees this morning over his stance on the Israel-Hamas war. Administration officials signing a joint letter demanding he call for a ceasefire in Gaza, something the president has not been willing to do to date. It's the latest sign of a growing rift in the Democratic Party over support for Israel. Robert Sherman is live on the ground in Tel Aviv with the latest there. Robert.
Good morning to you, Markie. And what is without question one of the most significant moves of the war so far, the IDF at this hour carrying out what they describe as a targeted operation against Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City. For weeks on end, the IDF has claimed that Al-Shifa hospital is the effective headquarters of Hamas, believing that is positioned underneath the hospital. For the first time, though, in weeks on end, the United States came out yesterday and said they have their own independent intelligence to back up what the Israelis have been saying. And now that operation is in full swing and carrying on at this hour. Listen here.
That Hamas's continued military use of Shifa hospital jeopardizes its protected status under the international law. We also gave ample time to stop this unlawful abuse of the hospital. The IDF has also facilitated wide-scale evacuation of the hospital and maintained regular dialogue with hospital authorities.
Up to this point, Hamas and the Gazan Health Ministry have denied everything that the Israelis have said about using Al-Shifa hospital and hospitals at large for their military operations. Hamas also says that the Israelis will bear the burden of responsibility for all the medical staff inside of that hospital. But this just comes one day after this video was put out by the IDF showing the basement of another hospital inside the Gaza Strip, in which the IDF found a large weapons cache in the basement of that, which included RPGs, explosive vests, and things of that nature. The Israelis say that this operation has Arabic speakers and medical staffers on it as well, and that they're bringing medical aid inside of that hospital to try and minimize the effect that is being felt by the patients that are inside there. The latest estimate that we've been given by the World Health Organization is that there are over 600 patients inside of Al-Shifa hospital and over 1,500 displaced Gazans taking shelter inside. Adrienne?
Okay, so let's just repeat what is so crucial about your reporting right now. One is that the United States has independently reported that what the IDF has told the world, that Hamas is using these hospitals as fronts for their strongholds. That is accurate. That is true.
This is what both the White House and the Pentagon came out with yesterday. Now, they did not give any clarity onto exactly what their intelligence looks like, but they did come out and say that they have their own independent intelligence to corroborate what the Israelis have been saying. That's both the White House and the Pentagon.
And also, too, that the Israeli Defense Forces, they are actually going in and essentially doing humanitarian relief, providing baby food and fuel to these hospitals where these patients are in danger of dying because of a lack of fuel for their generators. So while they're doing targeted raids, they're also trying to save lives.
That's what they've been saying, because they've continued to walk this line in which they've said that their war is with Hamas, not with the Palestinians, and they don't want to impact the Palestinians that are currently inside of that hospital as well. So they said that they've been trying to get that aid in. But that's coming from the IDF directly, Adrienne.
All right, Robert, thank you again.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.